working harder than ever trying to grow your massage practice, yet still feel like you're falling short? In today's episode, we're uncovering why more clients isn't the answer to your success and what actually matters instead. Welcome to the Conscious Practitioner, the podcast helping massage therapists and wellness practitioners align with purpose, create deeper client transformation, and evolve your practice, even if you feel stuck. I'm your host, Dr. Jess, and each week we address your biggest practice challenges, from boundaries to burnout and everything in between. Together, we uncover the inner blind spots behind these outer struggles. When mastered, transform you from a skilled practitioner to a truly impactful one. In today's episode, you'll discover why chasing more clients isn't the solution to your practice growth, how internal success metrics can help you grow sustainably, and practical skills to redefine success on your own terms. Let's get started. All right, so for many massage therapists, the logic seems simple. If I want to be more successful, I need more clients. More clients means more revenue, more stability, more recognition, and so on and so forth. So you hustle. You promote your services, maybe online, maybe in person. You take every booking you can get, and you push yourself to fit clients into every available slot in your schedule. Oh, I have been there. You keep going and going and going, believing that if you just work a little bit harder, if you just see a couple extra clients, then everything will start to click. You'll start to get into the flow. But instead of thriving, you find yourself exhausted. Despite all the effort, you still feel stuck. The more clients you see, the more you feel like you're losing yourself in the process. Your practice may be growing on paper, but deep down, you're starting to question if this is truly the success that you had envisioned. Now, I get that so much. It feels like you're running on what I like to call the treatment treadmill. You're pouring in all this energy, but you're not really going anywhere. The harder you push, the more disconnected you feel. The metrics might look better, more clients, more income, but what's the cost? So here's the question. How often do you find yourself measuring your success purely by external metrics? The KPIs and the P&Ls, right? The number of clients, the income you generate, without considering how your growth feels or whether it's truly sustainable for you. You see, having a full schedule might seem like the ultimate goal for many practitioners, and it makes sense. That's what the industry tells us success really looks like. As I said, all hail the metrics, the rebooking stats. But after years of coaching and working with practitioners, I found that this is very rarely the answer to true success. More clients might mean more success, but more often than not, it doesn't. The truth is, to understand what success truly means for you, it requires inner work. It requires a lot of self-awareness. It requires digging up into our archaeology, as I discussed in the last episode. Figuring out what your own definition of success is and making sure it aligns with you and your values. We've been conditioned to measure success by external metrics, how much money we make, how busy we are, and this busyness is often worn as a badge of honor. How in demand our services are. And while these things have their place, I want to be clear on that. They do indeed have their place. They really don't tell the whole story. Real, sustainable success is deeply personal, and it means something totally different for everyone. The most important thing is to take the time to define what success looks like for you and ensure that it's in complete alignment with your values. This, of course, means you need to know what your values are. And of course, that is a process that requires self-awareness and inner exploration. I think you're seeing a theme here. Now, I remember the first time that I truly understood what success meant for me. I was about 12, 13 years into my practice. I was in the midst of building AIM Wellness Education, my continuing education company. And despite having taught courses on values at different colleges for years, I was completely taken aback when I went through this process with my first business coach, and she had me do a classic values exercise. And again, it's important to note, I was teaching this stuff. And after going through it, she asked me one very simple question. She said, "So, Jess, is your business in alignment with your values?" Simple question. And to my absolute and genuine shock, the answer was an emphatic no. Not at all. On paper, everything looked successful. I had clients, I was growing my education business, I was doing all the right things. But there was always this nagging voice in the back of my mind telling me something wasn't quite right. There was always this little flavor of unfulfillment. I was so focused on how many people I worked with, convinced that the more clients equaled more success, more students equal more success, more enrollments equaled more success. But the moment I shifted my definition of success to my business is in alignment with my values, everything started to change. And to be honest, I realized that by this new definition, I had a long way to go to be truly successful. So, how do we change this pattern? How do we shift from focusing solely on external metrics to creating a definition of success that serves us internally as well? First, we need to redefine success. Success for you might not mean seeing 10 clients a day or working 60 hours a week. It might mean having enough time to rest, having meaningful sessions where you really feel connected to your clients, or simply having enough energy to enjoy your personal life after work. To integrate this new mindset, start by asking yourself, what does success feel like? Now that's the important word. It's not just what it looks like, it's not what's written on paper, but it's really that somatic feeling, that visceral felt sense in your body and in your mind. Does it feel calm? Like balance? Like joy? Does it feel peaceful? Does it feel exciting? What does it feel like? Maybe it feels like a constant hustle, pressure, exhaustion. And if it does, perhaps we want to take a closer look at that. Visualize the ideal practice. What does it look like? Picture the clients who energize you, and we've all got them. We've all got those clients on the schedule we absolutely dread, but we've also got the ones on the schedule where we're like, oh, I cannot wait to see this person, and we feel energized every single time we see them. Let go of the pressure to follow a traditional path if that's not what aligns with you, because the truth is, you get to decide what success means. Now, here's an interesting thing. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know for around 68 episodes, I ask the exact same question at the end of every episode, which was, in your definition, what does it take to be successful as a practitioner? And what's so fascinating is while every single specific definition of success was totally different, yeah, sure, with a little bit of similarities here and there was this overarching theme. And pretty much everybody said the same thing. Individual definition different, but ultimately success is having a business that's in alignment, which means you need to know what feels like alignment. So here are 3 actionable steps to start creating a more aligned definition of success in your practice. 1, audit your metrics. Look at how you currently measure your success. Are you solely focusing on income, number of clients? And add new metrics that matter to you, like how energized do you feel, the quality of your client relationships, or how much time do you have for self-care. Number 2, set boundaries. Last week's episode was all about boundaries. Once again, they come up. Start setting boundaries that prioritize your well-being. Maybe it's limiting the number of clients you see in a day, scheduling regular breaks, or designating certain days as complete non-working days. That was a really big one for me, right? I'm self-employed. I've got a couple different businesses. So if I don't ensure on the calendar, I do not touch work, I'll just keep working. Number 3, practice check-ins. Each day, take a moment and check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Are you listening to what your body and what your intuition needs? Or are you pushing too hard for external results? Make adjustments as needed. What's super important is as you go through this process, you might make all the changes necessary to get yourself on track and in alignment. But as they say, if there's an airplane leaving the West Coast going to the East Coast, if it's off by just 1 degree every hour, by the time it reaches the East Coast, it's more than 300 kilometers or 450 miles, whatever that conversion works out to, off of its destination. So even when you feel in alignment, do these check-ins and make sure you stay in alignment. Remember, you don't need to do this perfectly. The journey to redefine success, well, it's an ongoing one, and it's okay to make small shifts over time. What matters is that you start to honor what truly feels right for you. So, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I know time is precious, and as always, I am truly grateful you chose to spend yours with me. So to wrap it up, let's go through our 3 key insights. 1, more clients isn't always better. It's about creating a practice that's sustainable and aligned with your values, not just packing your schedule. 2, internal metrics. Ooh, they matter. Defining success on your own terms means listening to your body, your energy, and your intuition, not just focusing on numbers. And 3, small shifts make a big difference. Start auditing your success metrics, setting some boundaries, and checking in with yourself regularly. Sustainable growth starts from within. So if today's episode resonated with you, I'd love if you'd share it with a friend or a fellow therapist who might be struggling with some of these issues. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights like these. Thank you again for listening to The Conscious Practitioner. Until next time, be well, my friend.